Carlton, talk to us about the new DBs. What Logan, what Keanu bring to this group as newcomers.
They just bring like a veteran presence to our group, much needed, especially with Logan. You know, he has so much experience, playoff experience, just being on good teams in general. And, you know, he knows his positions really well. He knows defense. Like, just his football IQ is amazing. And, you know, we all know that. But, you know, playing with him and just, you know, having that chemistry instantly just lets you know how much of an IQ guy he is, you know, how much he really understands the game. So just, you know, playing with him and practice so far has been, you know, not a knockoff, you know, because sometimes there's a setback where you got to kind of feel a guy out and how he likes to play, but he's like pretty adjustable. So it's been really smooth.
What's he like as a communicator too?
Man, he's a hell of a communicator. Excuse my French, but
you're okay using that word, I think.
Okay, he's just he's like a captain back there. You know, he's a vocal guy. He's going to make sure everybody's running to the ball. You know, I can't say enough about him. You know, he just checks off every mark for me as far as, you know, playing with a safety and having somebody cover my butt.
You know Todd Bowles as well as anybody, you know, being on the defensive side. Now he's the head coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coaching the whole team. And people in the building know him too. But how is he different? What is different as Todd Bowles, the head coach, from being the defensive coordinator?
It's kind of weird, you know, because, you know, seeing him as my defensive coordinator, you know, we have that dialogue, you know, where I can talk to him and the communication is just really smooth. And now he's a head coach. I'm not sure how to approach him. Like, do I put more respect? Like, do I just wait? I don't know. But for the most part, it's been pretty normal. He's been, like, running the defensive meetings. Hasn't been too much of a change besides him, you know, speaking at the end of practice and in the auditorium and, you know, just being, like, that head coaching job. Kind of just fulfilling what BA did last year. But for the most part, he's been, you know, the same. Like, he still walks in our position meetings and critique us like he was a defensive coordinator. So it's not too much of a knockoff. Sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't want to be too casual with him because, you know, it's like he's a head coach. And, you know, I'm so used to like, Coach, what's this? You know what I'm saying? So it's been pretty normal.
You should tell him that.
I should tell him, right?
He told us it was weird, and he's like, I almost walked into the wrong office.
Yeah, because he's a pretty straightforward guy. You know, he's coming in here to do his job, and you know, he's a defensive guru, so he's all up in our meetings, and you know, just still being proactive with the playbook and making sure we understand it. And like it seems like he's just the same guy, but just a new position. So like, I don't see the difference. Maybe you guys can tell me how you see it. I don't see a difference at all.
Carlton, the first couple of years in the league, especially if you're not a high draft pick, are such a motivation to get that big contract, to get that free agent paycheck. Now that you've gotten that, what replaces things for you? What's your motivation now to stay at a high level?
I'm just always motivated. Like, we had a guest speaker today, Inky Johnson, came in, and he just kind of gave us a good word, and it was about, you know, character and how you carry yourself when things don't go your way as opposed to when things are going your way. And it really registered with me when he said, you know, he kept the same character when he got hurt and was paralyzed in his arm. He still showed up to his practices in college. And, you know, it registered with me because that's kind of how I felt after I got paid. It didn't make a difference for me or my character or how I carried myself around here. It was just more motivation to go out there and play for my teammates and, you know, just prove the front office right, that they made the right decision. So, you know, I'm still hungry. I got a lot to accomplish, and, you know, I got to take it day by day.
What's your impressions of Zion, the draft pick?
I like him. I like him a lot. He's a long corner. He's quiet, but, you know, he's vigilant. He understands the game. And even coming from Sam Houston, he still, you know, plays as if he was like in the SEC or something. You know, there's no knockoff because of his school. He makes plays. He's a good corner. He's going to be a good young corner for us. And, you know, I'm going to do everything I can to help him along and, you know, help him learn the defense and just help him develop as a corner because he has a lot of potential.
Carlton, we spoke to Kevin Ross a couple of weeks ago, and he said that you're not far from being an all-pro corner. You just got to get your hand on the ball more and turn those PBUs into INTs. Do you feel that you're an all-pro corner or getting close to it? And is it just a matter of getting more interceptions to get to that point?
Yeah, I feel like I've been at that level for 2 years now. But like he said, it's about turning those PBUs into interceptions and getting that notoriety that I really deserve. And it's about finishing. I'm a all-pro corner. 80% of the play, that last 20% when the ball is coming, I got to make that play. And that's going to be the big turning point for me in my career. I feel that, when I start really, because I'm always around the ball, my coverage is second to none. But, when I really dial in on my ball skills and just be a ball hawk, because I'm always around it, that's when I feel like I get the notoriety and I'll be able to, make more noise than what I'm doing now and really become what Ross said I could become.
What have we seen from Jamel Dean and his progression on the other side, playing on the other side of you?
Man, me and Dean go way back. So, his progression, I've seen it all from him. I've seen him come in. Since college, we've always been like a 1-2 tandem. And, he's always been, I make a play, he make a play. So we kind of feed off each other. And, even since his rookie year, he's learned so much and just got more comfortable in the league. And I feel like, our chemistry helps that. It helps him and myself, just branching off each other and what he sees and what I see and just kind of, understanding that the game is, you need help. You need somebody to talk to. And, he does that for me. I do that for him. I do that for him. And, I think he's going to take another step this year in becoming a great corner. And, like I said, man, me and Dean go way back. So it's kind of like there is no progression for me because I've always been there with him. I've always seen him. Maybe Bowles could give you a little bit more insight on that. But, Dean has always been, just a great corner to play with, always.
Follow the best receivers in the league. I mean, that's kind of your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the best guy, you're going to travel with.
Go get him.
You've got a guy in Mike Evans that you see every year. He came in here this week.
Yep.
Consistency, what is it about him that when you face a guy like that in practice, whatever it is, it says this is why he's elite?
He's he has a size. He has that sneaky speed. He's sneaky quick. But what people don't understand is Mike is a hell of a competitor. I don't even think people understand, there's days where it's day 6 of camp and he's going hard. My legs hurt and I'm barely getting out of my pedal. And he's full speed, full go, and he's on a different timing than everybody else. He wants it more. You can just tell that he wants it more. It's he has the physical abilities. He can do it all, but his mental and how he approaches the game is so much different and just underrated. I don't think a lot of people understand that. He's a monster, to go up against every day because he doesn't like to lose. And when he loses, he gets really mad. And you don't want to see Mike mad. He's a beast.
Going to that competition, when going back to Logan Ryan, does it feel like there's a lot more competition already among the quarterbacks this year because of his presence?
You could say that, but we've had Logan is one of those players who you can plug in anywhere on the defense. He could play corner, safety, nickel, and I'll say it's more of a competition in that way among the DB group because Logan is solid in every position that he plays. So, that only brings the best out of everybody else. Obviously when competition comes, the best gets the job, but having him being able to compete for any spot just, makes you want to, stay on your P's and Q's because he's coming with it every day.
Your impressions of Keanu Neal being around him?
He was, I haven't seen too much because I wasn't in OTAs and he got hurt, I think, yesterday during minicamp, but from what I have seen, he reminds me of the same person at Florida because I was a big fan of him when he was at Florida and they had that whole group of DBs with Brian Poole, Vernon Hargraves, the whole shebang. But I used to watch his film like, dang, you know, he's a monster, and I can still see it. I can still see he's still smooth in his back pedal. Ball skills still good, but you know his strength comes when the pads come on. So that's what I'm really waiting on. You know.
Anything else?
Jalen Darden, what have you seen his progression from this year? Last year, looks like he's making a lot more plays up there.
Yeah, he's getting more comfortable. He's always had that confidence, but it's about learning the game for a young player. It's hard to just come in and go off, but he's had his time to, you know, sit back and reflect and understand the game better, and I can tell that he's more confident and he understands route concepts. He understands, you know, one-on-one situations, and he's been doing really good at it. I'm really proud of him, and that's another young guy that I want to, you know, help develop because he has a lot of potential. He could be a really good playmaker for us and compete for that receiver spot among this talented receiver group.
With the way the season ended this past year, right? Like you guys had that final drive against the Rams and you can't make that stop. I mean, it was unfortunate Sean fell, all that stuff. You know, they went on a field goal, they go on to win the Super Bowl. Your quarterback retires, then he comes out of retirement. What was that like for you, that whole like process?
It was like an emotional roller coaster. Just beginning from the game, and then the off season, and then free agency for me, and then like not knowing what direction the team is going to go in, or what direction I'm going to go in. So it was just a lot of uncertainty, and yeah, I just had to be patient with it all. You know, in life, you just got to be patient and not force anything, and just allow God to work His magic on situations. So it was shaky, but you know, now we're here. Tom's back, I'm back, and we're ready to do it again. And I still got a chip on my shoulder from the Rams. Yeah.
I mean, you face that. I mean, the Rams, the Saints, the Chiefs, look at the Cowboys early on in the season, too.
We have a hell of a schedule. I can't wait. It's going to be really fun. A lot of competition, but a lot to prove, you know. A lot of big games, but that's how you want it. That's the best kind of football to play. You know, even when I went to college and I was in the SEC, I chose the SEC because of the competition level. When I was in Miami, and you guys know South Florida is big on football. I chose a school that had the most competition, so I love it. I love the thrill of it. I love the preparation, building up to that moment, and understanding that you get to beat the best. I love to beat the best, so can't wait.
And you like to trash talk a little bit, too.
I like to try to talk a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more this year.
Really?
I'm going to do a little bit more, you know, just because I'm getting more comfortable, and I don't know, I just feel like I still got that chip on my shoulder, and it hurts. I got to let them feel it.
Carlton, when Tom Brady decided to come back, did he call you up and say, hey, I'm unretiring, stick with the Bucs?
No. No, he did not. He just made his decision, and I made mine. So.